Jackie and her husband Clau helped us to get more of my birth control pills. Yes, I got them from Chiang Mai in Thailand, but in Khanom, Thailand, no one has them. They are bioidentical pills and the only ones that are natural so far. So at the hospital in Khanom, they told Paul that Valaillac University Hospital has them. So Clau is Thai, so he called the hospital for us to make sure that they really have them. More about those birth control pills here. So on Thursday, September 25th, 2025, Jackie and Clau had to go to Nakhon Si Thammarat to extend Jackie's visa. And on the way in Pho Thong lies that hospital that carries my birth control pills, the Nextstellis. Jackie is so awesome. She suggested that we could ride with them, and on their way on Nakhon Si Thammarat, they would drop us off at the hospital, and then on their way back, they just would pick us up again. So such a great plan. So on Wednesday, a day before we wanted to go, Jackie went to the garage to get her tires changed. And on Thursday at 8 a.m., she was supposed to pick us up. But overnight, those new tires got flat. And that's how the mess started. So the garage said they don't go to people's houses to fix stuff and so. And apparently, actually, she then told me she got the tires from a friend of Klau's, or a friend's friend referred them, I don't know, so it's like, but anyways, they got flat overnight, and Paul said the valve stem was broken. Yeah, so Paul went over there to try to help. Paul is very good with cars. He's a really good car mechanic. He did everything on our cars back in Reno, Nevada, the USA. Everything he could do by himself with machines and tools. Well, he didn't really have machines, so with the tools he had. He only didn't fix our cars when they needed a certain machine, so he had to bring it to the garage. Usually he said, oh yeah, he could fix it, but he doesn't have the machine for it. So he's really good with cars. So it turned out they sold her tires. They were older than the ones she already got. Yeah, so everything that has to do with cars, if you want to buy a car or if you have to go to the garage, always bring someone with you that knows the stuff. Because also at the garage, everywhere in the world, what I experienced so far, everywhere in the world in garages, they just want to rip you off. They just want to sell you stuff you don't really need. So always bring someone with you that knows about cars if you don't know it yourself. So Jackie got the great idea to ask Diana if we could use her car. So Paul brought her over with the scooter, and when Paul came back at 10:30 a.m., he told me, okay, at 12 at noon, we would leave. Suddenly, Jackie sent me a voice message that Diana's car won't start either. Oh man, I can't believe it. So first, one day before Carol, our host, left on September 2nd, her car broke down, and then Jackie's car, and now Diana's car. What the fuck is wrong? So Paul said with Diana's car, it was most likely a short. So anyways, Clau picked up Jackie from Diana's and brought her home, and so she phoned her son Jared, that also lives in Khanom, and asked him if we could borrow his car. So at 11:35, Jackie picked us up, but the car, one of the tires didn't have enough air in it and the air conditioning wasn't working, but hey, we had a car. So we picked up Clau, put more air into the tire, and we were off to the hospital. But of course, actually, it wasn't that easy. It was so hard to find a place to put in more air into the car tires. So we found a place that only has motorcycles. So he just put in a little bit of air, so we just would make it to the next place. But he didn't have a gauge, so we couldn't measure it. So then we got to a car garage and we got more air in it. And at 12:17 p.m., we were finally on our way to Valaillac University Hospital in Pho Thong, or however you pronounce it. But first we had to stop at the jewelry store from the owners of Jackie's house. She had him sign a whole bunch of papers for the visa. Yes, it was a hot and smelly car ride. As mentioned, the AC didn't work, so we just had the windows down. And they brought a durian with them for the immigration office. And durian, they have this distinctive smell that a lot of people consider as stink. So if you watching my videos, you know I'm super sensitive to smells and scents. I don't like any smells or scents. I prefer it when it has no sense, no smell at all, but it's not really possible, I know. But so for some reason, the durian smell is not that bad for me. Of course, I rather have it wouldn't smell at all, but like perfumes, spicy food, or any kind of soap, detergent, or soap bars or whatever is so much worse than the durian smell. So I barely needed my bandana in the car, and as mentioned, we had the windows down, so it was really windy anyways. Oh yeah, because it was so windy, Jackie needed a hair tie, and I was so happy I could give her my bracelet I got from Slovenia that is actually a hair tie, and I was so hoping she would forget to give it back to me, because then in Slovenia I had to buy a package with 4 in it and I actually wanted just 1. So, and yes, she did forget to give it back to me, so I'm actually so happy I got rid of 1. Yeah, so about the durian, Jackie told me it's much better you bring them something in the, to the immigration office, because otherwise they always find something that is not good, and or you have to redo it, you have to go home and come again. So it's always good to bring them a gift. So Jackie brought us to the hospital, and at 2 p.m. we were there at the pharmacy, and of course the woman there was only able to speak Thai. So we showed her the package of the Nextstellis pills that I need, and she said they don't have that. What the fuck? That's exactly why we had Clau phoning them and asking them if they really have it, because we don't want to go over there for nothing. That's exactly why we did that. So with Google Translate, we told her that, well, not like this, just like, yeah, we called, someone called, phoned in and asked, and they told us, you guys have that. But she couldn't help us at all. So we went up to the information, and she sent us to the screening. So there they filled out something, they took my blood pressure, oxygen levels, and temperature. Then she sent us with a paper to a counter window, to a window counter, to a window at the counter. Fuck, I had to see a fucking doctor again. We showed them a prescription from Chiang Mai, Thailand. That's also from Thailand. Well, I told Paul we actually never got a real prescription. We just showed them the empty box of the pills and all that paperwork we got, like the receipts we paid, so just like all that stuff. But they didn't care at all. Paul told me they don't give a fuck. Paul told me they don't give out prescriptions, that's how they make money, and this hospital we went to was just 1 year old. It just opened up a year ago, and they want to make as much money as possible. That's what Paul told me, that he thinks that's the case. Okay, so I thought about it, let's try something. So this time, I had to see a doctor again for my birth control pills, so this time I'm going to make sure, I'm going to ask if I can have a prescription, because last time I didn't ask, I didn't make sure of that. So this time I will ask, please give me a prescription. So I want to see, does that even exist? Do they even give out prescriptions? So we got sent to another department, and we made sure before I saw the doctor that they really have the Nextstellis pills, because otherwise there's no need for me to see the doctor, because I need those pills. And they assured us, yes, they have them. Okay, good. So I had to measure my blood pressure and pulse again, and this time I could actually do it myself on one of those cool machines. Well, but she had to help me because I've never seen a machine like that, and I didn't understand really how it worked. A short wait, and then we could see the doctor. Paul said we need a 1 year supply, so 12 boxes. She wrote down some stuff and sent us out. And oh, I asked, please, could I please have a prescription? And she said, okay, or yes, and send us out. It's like, okay, where is the prescription? So, okay, I'm gonna ask the head nurse. Paul told me so many head nurses in Thailand, they sign for the doctor, or they even have, or they have the stamp or like something in Switzerland and the United States. So far, I only got prescriptions in front of the doctor, written by the doctor, or maybe not written nowadays, but signed by a doctor. Nothing else, not anyone else signing it. So, but yeah, Thailand, I don't know how it works there. I don't fucking care who signs it. I just want the prescription for next time. So we got to a nurse, and she told Paul how much it would cost and gave him papers. And so I asked for a prescription, and she said that medical certificate is the prescription. So they don't have prescriptions like we do in the United States and maybe other countries. So like actually a piece of paper, a prescription, they don't have that. So we got sent to the window where you pay. And this is what I hate there. So you pay first and then you go to another window to pick up your drugs. And I hate that because I think in Chiang Mai, it actually happened to us that we paid for a certain amount of pills, something, and they couldn't give us everything because they didn't have it. So we had to come back. And I didn't want to come back. I really wanted a 1-year supply, so 12 boxes. But if they would have just 9 boxes or 10 boxes, I'm fine with that. I'd rather just pay for what you have for those 9, 8 boxes and don't get the rest. I don't want to come back to pick up the rest, especially from Khanom. It was really hard for us to get there. We didn't have a car. There was no public transportation. Khanom doesn't have Grab or so, really. So no. So I was like, so annoyed. I just, holy fucking shit, I don't want to come back. After Paul paid on one of the windows on the right side, he went to the left side and to one of the windows there, and he came back with 12 packages. So yes, he got everything. Oh, finally something that worked. Yeah. So for everything, we paid 6,830 Thai baht, $212 24. 50 Thai baht, $1.55 for nursing service fee. So I guess that was for seeing the doctor. Holy shit, I'm not gonna bitch anymore that I have to see the doctor for a prescription that I already have, like just for $1.55. I'm not gonna bitch about that anymore. So the 12 packages of Nextstellis were 6,780 Thai baht. So $210 69 cents. So $17.58 per package. That was about $10 cheaper than we paid in Chiang Mai for a package. In Chiang Mai, we paid 991 Thai baht for one package. In Pho Thong, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, we paid 565 Thai baht. So it was cheaper. I'm really happy about that. I'm glad we got 12 packages and for less money. That is super cool. So it took us 1 hour and 20 minutes to get all that done. And at 3:20 p.m., 15:20, we were sitting at a cafe at the hospital. Unfortunately, it wasn't going so smoothly for Jackie with the visa. She kept updating me while we were sitting at the cafe and waiting. First, the officers lost the 2 copies of the rental agreement she brought with. Then they were saying now she has to have the monthly rental amount on the contract as well. Apparently, so far, she didn't have to have that on it. So every fucking year, she has to go through that procedure. Every year. Oh, fuck. In a future video, moving to Khanom, Thailand, I'll talk about how hard it is to stay in Thailand. Or is it? When Jackie was texting me, Clau is charming them with a durian while I'm waiting for the stamp. Yeah, that durian did the trick, I think. Because at the end, it all went well, and at around 4:31 p.m., 16:31, they picked us up in front of the hospital, and we drove back home again. So they were talking about stopping somewhere and going to get some food, so go out to eat, and I started to get really tired. I didn't have much energy anymore, and I started to feel a little bit nauseous, and later on I got a little bit of a headache. I got up at 7 a.m. and I'm not a morning person at all. I'm a night owl, but it was okay. I mean, we waited a long time for them to pick us up because of all the problems, but it's not their fault, it's fine. And I made good use of my time while I was waiting. I was filming a video like that, and I was working on the computer and in the kitchen. So I made good use of that time. But yeah, in the car, suddenly I started to feel it. I really got drained. My body was just, my energy was drained. So I'm glad they changed their mind and they just brought us home. We got home around 5:55 p.m., 17:55, and Yadong, the dog we were taking care of, he was so super happy to see us, especially me for some reason. He was just by my side and didn't want to leave me anymore. So super cute. Yeah, I had a little bit of problems getting back into the house, walking. I was so weak. It's still an ongoing problem. So it took me a while, and I just went straight to the bedroom, laid on the bed, and I could barely move anymore. I was so drained. But after a while laying down, I was much better. I could get up, cook something, and eat something. I'm glad we could get my pills. Yeah, I'm so happy everything worked out. We got my pills, Jackie got the visa stuff done, and well, for us, it wouldn't really have mattered if we needed to reschedule, but Jackie is an online language teacher, and she freed up her entire schedule just for that Thursday, and if we would needed to go the day after, she would needed to reschedule some classes, and then she probably would have lost some students, and she really needs her students. So I'm super glad all worked out, and I'm also very glad we didn't change it to another day, so I had to get up very early on another day again. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay energized.